Okay, so I'm gonna continue on with my with my color wheel. So I'm gonna be moving into my secondary colors. So I've already gone in and labeled these. So we have our orange, our purple, and our green. And the nice thing about the color wheel is it will show you how to make these colors. So if you have them set up in the appropriate position on the color wheel, then all you have to do is, for example, for the purple, if I want to know how to make the color purple, I'm just going to look at the two colors that are right next to it. So red and then blue. So if I mix a 50% of red and blue, I'm going to get purple. So same thing I've been doing with the other colors. I'm going to go in and use, in this middle section, just do my pure purple. And then I can dip my brush in some water and use that watered down purple to do my tints. And then to make my purple darker, I'm going to use its complementary color. So if I look just directly across the color wheel, I'm looking at yellow. So if I take some purple and I mix a little bit of yellow, that's going to make my purple darker. Then I can paint that up here. Okay, moving on to green. So if I look at the two colors right next to green, it's going to be yellow and blue. Now I'm doing the tint, just watering down. Okay, and if I want to do a shade of green, I'm gonna again look across at its complementary color, which is red. And I'm just gonna add in a little bit of red to make my green darker. Okay, so then the next step is to do all of these tertiary colors. So they're all the in-between colors. And the way you figure out what color it's going to be is you're going to look at the two colors to the left and right of that piece. So if I have orange and if I have red, I'm going to be doing a more orangey or a more reddish orange. So I can take my orange color and instead of just mixing a 50% of yellow with 50% red, I'm going to be doing a orange that has more of a red color to it. As you move through the color wheel, it should look like a rainbow. So you don't want this color to look exactly like your orange, but you also don't want it to look exactly like red. You want it to be an in-between version of those two colors. And then I'll go in and do the same thing where I am doing the tints. So the shades are a little bit trickier with tertiaries because you have to look across at the opposite color, which would be a more blue-green to darken it. And add a little bit of blue, add a touch of yellow. Okay, so then my next orange I'm going to do is going to be a more yellowy orange. I'll be doing mostly yellow and then just a little bit of red. And then again, if I look across, directly across, it's going to be a more purpley blue color. So I still have my purple over here, so I'm just going to add a little bit more blue to it. Just take a dot of that to mix in with my orangey yellow. Next one I can do is a more yellowy green. So I'm just going to go ahead and make green again, but I'm going to only use a tiny bit of blue. So it should look more like a lime green. And again, if I look across the color wheel, this is going to be a more reddish purple. And if I mix this reddish purple in with my lime green here, it's going to give me my tint or my shade. And then I have a blue green. So using mostly blue and then just a little bit of yellow. And then if I look across, I have my reddish orange. If I mix that in, I'll get the shade. Okay, and then I have a more bluish purple color. And again, looking across at its complement, it's going to be a more yellowy orange. Okay, and then my final tertiary color that I'm going to do is a more reddish purple. So I'm doing mostly red and just a tiny bit of blue. And if I look across at the complement, it's going to be that lime green color. And that's it. Those are all the tints, pure color, and shades for every color in the color wheel.